All right, well, here we are. This is I don't know if it's semi-annual or triannual, but I usually give away about 3 bows a year. So this is a WinCams bow contest. This is the third one we've had this year. All of the bows that I used the previous year, I just give away. And actually, I don't give them away. I make guys earn them. And the concept for this contest, for winning my Vector Turbo from last year that I killed at least one big old bull with, was I wanted guys to compete against me and run in the mountain, something I do every day. Standard push-ups, pull-ups, and then shooting my bow. And if anybody beats me in all 4 of those categories, the bow's theirs, no questions asked. If nobody beats me, then I select who I want to give the bow to out of the participants, and I just kind of see who worked hard, who maybe inspired me, who deserved it. And there's really no rhyme or reason or formula. I just, on a whim, just decide. And so we're getting ready. The first contest out of the gate is the run. It's a Mount Pisgah. This is kind of the crux of my training right here. It's 1.5 miles up, about 1,000-foot gain, and the mountain will take all you got and more. So we're gonna race up it. We're gonna touch the monument up top. We're gonna race back down and touch the gate, and that's 1 time. And I'm gonna do it. The goal is 3 times. If anybody beats me, they're in first place. So let's get started with the run, and here we go. All right, well, I'll tell you, the run was grueling. I started it at 8. Normally I like to be miserable when I train. Just because I know on hunts, I have to push myself, I test myself, I'm out of my comfort zone, so I want my training to simulate that. Well, I usually do stuff like this in the very hottest part of the day, 2 o'clock. But I think it's supposed to be about 95 degrees at 2, and I didn't want anybody to die up on the mountain, so we started at 8. But I'll tell you what, by the end of this run, it was getting warm. I mean, we were on that hill for a few hours, 2-3 hours, and you know, grinding up and down, up and down, up and down, with that sun beating down. It was probably 80 degrees, over 85 probably by the time we were done, and it was a test. We took off out of there and had this one kid, Wyatt Seabright. Guys are talking about, oh, Wyatt's a good runner, he's fast, he's young. I think he's about 18 years old, so he's, you know, I'm more than twice his age, let's just say that. And you know, but I'm all about a test. If we got some rabbit out there that's gonna push me, good. So we took off up there. We started, I think, with 28 runners. Everybody did it at least once. A lot of guys did it twice, so they did 6 miles, and that's going to be, you know, a couple 1,000-foot gain. And then a handful of guys did it 3 times, so that's 9 miles on the hill, 3,000 feet of gain, and 3,000 feet of loss. I mean, you're pounding up and down. It's, you know, even running down isn't easy when you've been on it for that long. And 5 guys did it 5 times, or 3 times, I think. You know, Wayne was up there.
I'm first place for the senior citizens. You know that, right?
A couple guys I didn't know. I mean, they were runners though. I mean, they were lean, mean, tough. I was like, where'd these guys come from? Is this a fitness competition or is this bow hunting? And so they did good. I mean, it was fun. I ended up doing it 4 times, so I got 12 miles in on the hill, and it was just awesome. Seeing guys work that hard, sweating, grinding, laying it all on the line. Some guys weren't what you'd say were natural runners, but it didn't matter. They left everything they had on that hill, and that's why I do it. I mean, I get inspired when people work that hard, and I left that hill just fired up. And so nobody beat me on the mountain. We showed up to the school, and I didn't really have a good pull-up bar, so all we're doing, we're on the monkey bars, and the monkey bar is about like a 4-inch piece of pipe. So I mean, it is tough to hold on to, but hey, everybody is facing the same battles there, and it's just a matter of you jump up there, you grab onto that bar, and you do as many strict pull-ups as you can. And pull-ups suck. Most guys walking around, if you go down and walk around the streets, you say, hey, dude, how many pull-ups you can do? It's going to be like 4. It's tough. But these guys, like I said, I don't know if these guys are even had ever bow hunted, but they'd spend time in the gym. I'm looking around, there's six-pack, there's abs, there's freaking jacked up traps everywhere. I'm like, where did these people come from? I don't know. I didn't know if I had it in me. So we let everybody go. And there's guys busting off, 15 pull-ups. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. I mean, I can beat 15. Then there's guys getting up there 20, 22, 24, 25. That's a lot of pull-ups, especially after running the mountain. So then this one kid goes, not a kid, I mean a guy, and I think he's a CrossFit instructor. So, he's done his share of pull-ups, and he jumps up there, he does 26. And I'm thinking, okay, I guess we'll see what happens. Big Nick, I think, did 25. So, I mean, we had a good mark to beat, and I was able to match the 26. So I tied with the top on the pull-ups, and it hurt very hard. Left everything I had, but whatever, matched them. Great competition, a lot of good people, and people again were leaving it on the line. There's people falling off the pull-up bar because they're straining so hard to get up, and that's what we want. That's heart, baby. Straight from the pull-ups, we went to just regular old prison push-ups. We're just doing our prison workout out here on the playground, and just on the hot asphalt, and just get down there and do as many push-ups as you can do. It's pretty simple. You can take as long as you want and bust them out. And again, guys they showed up to play. 60 push-ups was nothing for these guys. We got up there 74 push-ups, 77 push-ups. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are these guys doing? This is after, keep in mind, after running 6, 9, 12 miles on the mountain and doing as many pull-ups as you can. We're not fresh, we're gassed. Now we're jumping down here doing push-ups. And so right before me, Big Nick went and he did 83 push-ups. That was the top mark. And you look at Nick, he's done push-ups before. So I'm sitting over there on the curb thinking, can I do 20 push-ups right now? I'm kind of second guessing what I got in me. And but hey, everybody showed up, everybody gave their all, and that's what I was there to do. And got down there on the ground, and I was able to get 80 push-ups. So I got beat on push-ups. Nick got 83, I got 80, and it's what it's all about. Great competition, great people cheering each other on, and we were having a ball. And now it's on to the shooting contest. All right, last leg of the contest here, shooting. That's what we do. We're bow hunters. We need to be able to shoot the bow when we're not at our best. That was what my whole thing was designed to do, was get everybody out of their comfort zone, just like you are in a hunt, after humping around the mountains, packing weight, and we were spent. Everybody showed up out here at Wayne Endicott's farm, and we were spent. This is where I practice every day. This is my home range. And so now it's just a matter of let's put the arrow on the mark. And I'll tell you what, after doing everything we did, one long day, shooting was not pretty. It was hard. I made an ugly shot at 80 yards. That was where the contest started, 80 yards. We had some guys hit the deer, so they made the next round at 80. And then where I went, I wanted, if anybody could beat me, so you made the finals by hitting the deer at 80. And then actually we took everybody to the next round. And it was at 100 yards was the next shot. My plan was shoot 100, 120, 140. If anybody beats me at those distances, good, take my bow if you beat me at everything else. But mostly I just wanted to see guys see what they had left after working so hard, and we're at extended distance here practicing. And so at 100, I put an arrow basically an inch or two below the X, made a good shot at 100. Had a couple, I think Chris made a great shot. He's a little left at 100 yards, but good shooting. So we pulled arrows, we backed up to 120 yards. Made a pretty good shot. I beat everybody at 120. It was in the hole on the deer that we practice at. It wasn't an X or anything like that, but you know, I mean, it was. I felt good with it considering the circumstances. Then we backed up to 140, and you know, I won 140. That's a long shot for a lot of people who haven't practiced, and it's just a fun shot. This isn't a hunting shot. None of these shots are hunting shots. I do these to test myself, just like I do in the weight room or running the mountain. I want to get out of my comfort zone. I push my limits and I raise my baseline while I do it. So while I'm never going to hunt at 140 yards, 120 yards, or 100 yards, I know if I can make that shot in practice, my regular hunting shots, you know, out to 60, 70 yards, I'm going to be on the mark because my baseline is higher because of that. So that's why I wanted guys out here to do it. And it's hard because 140 yards with the bow, you got to do everything right. All your errors are magnified, and so we had fun. Guys got a taste of that. So in the end, nobody beat me. Nobody won the bow outright. So it was just me choosing out of the 28 guys who participated who I felt like I wanted to give my $1,000 bow to. And it turned out it was this kid came down from Washington, and he had an old outdated bow. He drew a good tag here in Oregon, and he worked his tail off during the contest and left it all on the mountain, gave everything he had on push-ups, on pull-ups, and competed as well as he could in the shooting contest. And he had, I think it was an old Golden Eagle, probably from the 80s. Dude definitely deserved a bow. And I just liked his attitude. And, you know, I'll never forget, I gave him the bow, and he looked at me and he said that I would never know what a blessing it was for him to receive that bow. And that's what it's all about. That's, you know, it's what it's all about for me. That's why I do this. That moment right there is what I live for. Things like that. Everybody wants to make an impact. I'm no different. And you know, it felt really good to hand over that bow, and I hope he kills a big bull with it. So that was the day. That was a contest. That was Cam's Win a Bow number 3 for 2013, and we're going to be doing it again next year. So thanks for everybody for coming out, for following us, for participating, and mostly thank you for inspiring me.